Right now at noon, the city of Joplin rolls out plans to bring back the trolley system 2 years after it shut down.
And we're slowly warming up out there. We're going to be a little warmer today. We're going to be a lot warmer into the weekend. A look at that forecast is coming up.
Plus, Christmas on the Bricks is underway in Fort Scott with something new this year.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities charge a man in a serious hit and run of a teenager. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. Detectives have arrested and charged this man, Miguel Gaspar Diaz, with a Saturday night hit and run in Carthage that has left a Carthage teen, Braxton Thrasher, in serious condition. Authorities identified the car by parts of the vehicle left behind at the incident and tracked it to the residence of Diaz. Diaz initially said he struck a deer and had not been to Carthage. Authorities say during a subsequent interview, Diaz admitted to drinking at a friend's house prior to the accident. They say he later admitted to hitting Thrasher with his car and driving a few hundred feet before stopping and removing the teen victim from the hood of his car and placing him in the ditch. Thrasher still remains in the ICU, and authorities have issued multiple charges against Diaz, including felony assault. Now let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
And we're doing a little better today in terms of temperature. Still plentiful sunshine. MoDOT camera 20th and range line in Joplin. Looking back roughly to the east-northeast. Looks good so far. Our camera downtown Pittsburgh also looking good. Got clear skies, and we'll have a few clouds later today, but that will be later. We started yesterday at 21. And again, this 44, that was early in the morning before temperatures began to fall through the day. And that's exactly what I told you was going to happen. So either way, paint that, though, still below normal across the region yesterday. Today, though, not doing too bad. 41 in Joplin, 39 in Pittsburgh, and across the area we've got mid-upper 30s and low 40s, almost right on track for what we were thinking from this morning in terms of where our temperatures would be for noon. Again, later this evening, partly cloudy skies will start to build in. Temperatures gradually falling through the mid-30s by 11, and our winds will be increasing out of the south. They'll start gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour. We're going to have a complete look at your forecast, talk about the big warm-up taking place this weekend, and then the big cool-down that will happen again next week, and the big warm-up that follows that here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. A shuttered city service in Joplin is coming back more than 2 years later. KOAM Samantha Walker has more on how the city's trolley service is preparing to take to the streets once again.
It is coming. It is coming back, and it is coming really, really soon.
At a city council meeting, the city of Joplin announced it's bringing back the Sunshine Lamp trolley system, something that was shut down more than 2 years ago.
We had to pull the trolley system back and idle it for lack of drivers and dispatchers. We were having problems keeping drivers and dispatchers, so we had to rethink the program a little bit.
The volunteer organization One Joplin says they noticed how the closure hit many community members hard.
Our poverty team really focuses on low-income individuals, specifically the working poor. And transportation is a barrier to employment, to health care, to basic needs. And we saw a lot of our community members were resorting to car loans and things like that that were really not affordable to them.
City staff say they have been working hard to bring the trolleys back ever since they were forced to shut down the service. Through the work of recruiting efforts and changes to the pay plans for drivers, city staff say their staffing is to more sustainable levels.
Drivers need days off, they have vacations, they have sick days, they have personal time. We just didn't have enough drivers to sustain the program, but now we're comfortable that we're back up. We have 14, 15 drivers in place now. We still have a couple that are in training in the queue, so we'll be fully staffed as we approach February.
Community members say the return of the trolley service will be a big help to families in Joplin, especially those that need to work.
They were really committed to making it come back even stronger, and we just respect their efforts with that and greatly appreciate it. We're so grateful for the community to get that back up and running. We know it's an economic driver. You know, it was preventing people from working. It was preventing people from shopping. It was preventing them from accessing healthy foods, because if it's easier to get to a Dollar General and buy shelf-stable food versus getting somewhere like a farmer's market or somewhere with fresh produce, we know that was a limit.
The current hope is to have the trolley service back up and running by February. Reporting in Joplin, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
City staff say they are still finalizing the details for the fair and schedule for the trolleys when they begin operating again. Well, the Missouri Southern Lions invited the public out to celebrate the holidays yesterday. The campus of MSSU hosted a holiday happenings event. Visitors could enjoy festive activities like live entertainment and a ton of family-friendly fun.
It's a really great and personal way to really connect with people. I think our college especially is very different than other colleges in the area because we include our community and lots of people feel like it's a great place to take their kids.
The event also featured a visit from Santa Claus himself. Well, Fort Scott's second annual Christmas festival, Christmas on the Bricks, kicked off last night. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more on the season's festivities.
A festival where you can come and make memories.
The Fort Scott Christmas on the Bricks chair has been working tirelessly to put together their Christmas on the Bricks festival for the community.
We've gone to different retailers and asked if we could have different events in their location so that people can see everything we have. The chamber has done a tremendous amount of time put into it.
The event features candlelight tours of the fort, holiday market booths, Christmas karaoke, and pictures with Santa.
Warm, cozy Christmas feeling, and just with the things we've added like the fire pits and the carriage rides.
Free gift wrapping if you purchase a gift in our downtown. We have beer and bourbon tasting, carriage rides, just literally something for everyone going on downtown.
Something for everyone, including children.
We have a lot of kids activities. We have cookie decorating at our new kitchen collective and collaborative. Hedgehog.Inc., which is a great bookstore downtown, is hosting the Pictures with Santa.
For the first time this year, the event will feature a skating rink at the Gathering Square Pavilion.
And the skating rink is not up just for this weekend. It'll be up for 4 following weekends. So people will be able to come back for that too and see all the decorations and the lights and also be able to skate.
The event kicks off Thursday night with a parade.
It just reminds you of Christmas.
Reporting in Fort Scott, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Now, some of the events require pre-registration, so be sure to check out our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, for more information and to see a list of the events. Well, coming up, the manhunt for the shooter who killed the CEO of United Healthcare is now in its 3rd day. And later, we're making layered spaghetti casserole in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield said yesterday the health insurance provider is reversing a policy that would have limited anesthesia coverage during surgeries and other procedures. The policy would have covered Anthem's plans in Missouri, Connecticut, and New York beginning in February. The proposal prompted an outcry from some physicians and lawmakers. Well, new clues in the murder of United Healthcare CEO on a street in New York City. The NYPD has released photos of someone they believe may be the shooter. Meg Oliver has more.
On Thursday, the New York Police Department released these images of a man wanted for questioning in connection with the murder of 50-year-old Brian Thompson. The new images were captured inside this hostel where he is said to have stayed.
It makes you second guess who you're actually staying in a hostel with because, you're in a room of strangers, so it's quite scary that, we could have been in the same room.
It comes as police piece together a timeline of what happened Wednesday morning. At 6:15 a.m., video appears to show the gunman exiting a Midtown subway stop on 6th Avenue. 2 minutes later, surveillance cameras captured the shooter at a Starbucks on the same block. A source says the individual paid with cash. He then traveled to the Hilton and killed Thompson outside the hotel around 6:46 a.m. The gunman then fled and entered Central Park on a bike, where police believe a backpack was discarded, possibly with the murder weapon inside. He then exited Central Park and was seen turning onto West 85th Street just before 7 a.m.
I wouldn't call this person a professional. Professionals, hitmen, assassins, they're in and out, and they're gone.
Professional hitmen wouldn't stop at a Starbucks.
They're not there to have a coffee before, and if they're lying in wait, they're lying in wait.
CBS News has confirmed the words delay, deny, and possibly depose were written using a Sharpie on shell casings and bullets found at the scene. Richard Esposito is a former NYPD deputy commissioner.
The words on the casings, without a doubt, point towards a possible motive. Those are the words that sum up what people are concerned about with insurance companies.
A law enforcement source says police believe the gun used in the shooting was a B&T Station 6 pistol. They're now scouring gun dealers in Connecticut to find out where it was bought. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
Still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
We're taking our everyday spaghetti and meat sauce and magically turning it into a casserole that's a hands-down winner. And the reviews on our...
And we've got a much warmer weekend ahead of us as our roller coaster ride continues. A look at your forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So we are still, of course, on the chilly side outside, but temperatures right now are right on track. What we were looking at this morning on future track data. Quick look outside from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. Skies are clear. We've got plentiful sunshine and a southwesterly wind starting to build in. And that will continue to bring in slightly warmer air for us as we head into the afternoon. We're still looking at partly cloudy skies a little later today, and similar to this morning, I think the future track may have the clouds rolling in a little early. It won't really matter though, just as a heads up, there's no rain or anything with these clouds, but one way or the other, we'll start to go partly cloudy as we head through the late afternoon and into the evening hours. Now by late evening, winds will actually begin to shift out of the south and they'll start gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour, and that will continue overnight into tomorrow. And then by tomorrow after sunrise, winds will shift back out of the southwest and be gusting upwards of 25, maybe even 30 miles an hour at times. So we'll have the partly cloudy skies tonight, and as we get closer to sunrise tomorrow, the clouds will clear out. We've got another day of plentiful sunshine, but with gustier southwest winds, that's going to bring in even warmer air. So by noon, so roughly 24 hours from now, we're going to be upwards of 10 some odd degrees warmer, as we're into the low 50s, even some mid 50s out there. And again, some of our southern counties could even reach low 60s for highs tomorrow. I think most of us should be upper 50s, but still a lot warmer. And this will continue as we go into our Sunday as well. Now, overnight and into Saturday into Sunday, clouds are going to begin to thicken up. We'll be starting Sunday in the low 40s. And then in the afternoon hours, we have an opportunity for a stray shower or two. Right now, it looks to be somewhat isolated, which is unfortunate because we do need some rain still across the area, but at least some of us might get a couple of showers. Aside from that, we'll stay warm out there on Sunday, back into the upper 50s. We'll even have some clearing late Sunday before clouds will start to return as we head into our Monday. For the rest of today, though, should still make the mid-40s for most of us. Some of us maybe the low 40s, others maybe the upper 40s, but right around that zone, that southwest breeze at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Into tonight, again, partly cloudy skies, south winds gusting upwards of 20. We'll fall back into the low 30s, maybe some upper 20s here and there as well. And the gusty winds continue tomorrow, again, out of the southwest, 10 to 15, gusting to 25, highs upper 50s, and maybe even a couple of low 60s out there. And then we get to the next 10 days. Boy, it's getting exhausting going over each of these days because, again, in the summer and even in the wintertime, we settle into a pattern with temperatures where we can tell you, I know over the next few days we're going to be into the upper 30s over the next several days. And that's still not the case. 5 weeks by next week that we've had unstable temperatures. Back warm this weekend and into Monday. Monday, we have that 30-degree drop from the 50s down to the 20s, and then we have shower chances. I want to talk about Tuesday real quick. These are morning showers, and you look at these lows, and you look at AM shower. We're not expecting much in terms of rain, period, from this system, but if it arrives early enough, it could be some light wintry precipitation, but it shouldn't be much of anything at this point. There's nothing giving us an indication that it would add up to much, but some slick spots will still be possible. So we get cold, we stay that way, then we get into Thursday. We're a little warmer at 50, and then by next weekend, there we go again, right back up into the upper 50s and low 60s out there. So again, this ride just, it does not seem to want to stop for us. It just keeps going up and down and up and down, and maybe some rain chances next weekend. So at some point, we'll settle into a winter pattern.
Hopefully,
but,
yeah.
Right now, though, that's not going to happen.
All right, well, I guess that's what it is. Thanks, Chris.
that's how I feel
right,
about
exactly.
it. That's
Well,
it.
stick around. We're making layered spaghetti casserole in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. We'll be right back. Howard sharing his recipe for layered spaghetti casserole in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
They really do love that recipe. Today, we're taking our everyday spaghetti and meat sauce and turning it into a casserole that's over the top. And just don't take my word for it, because the comments on our website speak for themselves. So let me show you what all the hubbub is about. We start by sauteing some ground beef with a chopped onion until it's browned. While that finishes up, we toss some spaghetti with a jar of sauce. Then we add our ground beef. Meanwhile, in a skillet, we stir some flour into a bit of melted butter and let that cook for a minute or so. Now, we stir in a can of evaporated milk, and once it thickens, we add some Parmesan cheese and a little salt and pepper. All that's left to do is layer our spaghetti mixture with the cream sauce and some shredded cheddar cheese. One more layer of pasta and cheese, and into the oven it goes. Talk about lip smacking good. And it's got everything we love about spaghetti with the bonus of lots of cheesy goodness in the form of a casserole. So don't wait another minute. Go online now and get the recipe for our layered spaghetti casserole. I know you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a highly rated way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe on KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, a little warmer today, mid-40s, much warmer into the weekend, upper 50s, maybe a few showers on Sunday. 30-degree drop Monday into Monday night, maybe a couple of showers Tuesday, and then we'll warm back up again next weekend, back into the upper 50s, low 60s with a few additional shower chances.
All righty, thanks. Well, coming up tonight at 5, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are tackling the rise of obesity and diabetes in the United States, and ultra-processed foods are considered to be the main culprit. Plus, organizations in Pittsburgh unite to put on the annual She Means Business Conference. And schools in the area are just a couple of weeks away from going on winter break. We're going to see how this break could impact daycares. You can join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.